The first shoe has dropped in the mismanagement scandal engulfing the Veterans Affairs Department. Today, President Obama said the head of the agency was out.
A few minutes ago, Secretary Shinseki offered me his own resignation. With considerable regret, I accepted.
John Harwood joins us now from Washington with more on this story. So John, I guess now the search is on for a new chief of the VA. And given all the problems there that have been going on for decades, all the dysfunction, what's the key skill he needs to have, in your view?
Well, I think you're going to need a high-energy leader and somebody with tremendous management skills. Sloan Gibson, the acting secretary who was put in place today by the president, somebody who's been running the USO, multi-generation military family, somebody who also has a master's of business administration. So he's got management skills, but they're going to look for somebody permanent and get on the job. And that job is so important given the political pressure that's been mounting and the revelations of the difficulty in care. The president said today he simply couldn't afford any more distractions by having Shinseki take so much fire. Here's the president.
He has worked hard to investigate and identify the problems with access to care. But as he told me this morning, the VA needs new leadership to address them. He does not want to be a distraction because his priority is to fix the problem and make sure our vets are getting the care that they need.
So, John, what kind of fixes are on the table here?
Well, one of the fixes, which both parties are discussing, are ways to expedite accountability for members of the VA bureaucracy, many of whom are under civil service protection. Dianne Feinstein, senior Democrat in the Senate, just came out with a statement, said it's unfortunate that Eric Shinseki had to leave before he was given the tools to reform. You need new authority in Congress, and Democrats and Republicans are both talking about giving the new secretary some authority.
And some people have said it needs more money, more funding. It's underfunded, but I've seen that the VA budget has tripled in the last decade or so.
The VA budget has increased, and of course you'd expect that given the surge of veterans coming home from these two wars that we've been fighting. But one of the things that's been discussed, the president today talked about a surge of doctors to service some of the people who've been waiting. Others say if you've been on a wait list for a certain time, the federal government ought to pay for private care. We'll see what solutions get finally enacted, but you can bet that there are going to be some changes.
And we're going to keep talking about those changes, too. Thanks a lot, John. John Harwood in Washington.